Hey guys, I'm transformation specialist Rob Lopicola and a sex addiction recovery life coach, and I'm here today to talk with you about the label sex addict. So many people don't want to label themselves anything. A lot of times people go into 12-step programs and they don't want to label themselves an alcoholic or a drug addict or a sex addict. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter how you want to label yourself. And I'm going to talk about why I feel that's important and what that means when it comes to you transforming your life. So if you don't know me yet, I am a former weatherman on NBC, and I was heavily and severely addicted to sex, crystal meth, and alcohol. And I had many, many years that I was a functioning sex addict, a functioning meth addict, and a functioning alcoholic. And ultimately, it all came tumbling down when I was about 36 years old. And then ultimately, my sex addiction and my addiction to cyber sex and sexting and online pornography and hooking up, I wound up having cyber sex with a high school teen who ultimately was underage, who posted an ad on Craigslist. He was 18. And I was completely addicted to Craigslist and Adam for Adam and Manhunt and Grindr and all those sites. And I learned later that 50% of 14 to 17-year-old bi and gay boys pose as adults, 18 or over, on Grindr. Anyway, so I'm sober today from sex addiction, and I no longer participate in those sexually addictive behaviors. Cyber sex, sexting, all that stuff is no longer part of my lifestyle anymore. And I'm here on this YouTube channel, which of course is my YouTube channel, and I give my experience, strength, and hope, and expertise and strategies to help you rid yourself of your sex addiction. So if that fits you and who you are and what you're struggling with, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. That way it gets into the YouTube algorithm and helps me help more people, the more subscribers and more likes I have. So that's why I'm here, and I want to help you. And if you're struggling with sex addiction, you're in the right place. So feel free to watch as many of my videos, and I have so many free resources, which I'm going to talk about at the end of my video, so stick around for that. Many resources that are going to help you significantly. In the meantime, the label sex addict. So this is going to be fairly quick for you, this video today, and I'm going to get right to the point. If you are struggling with sex addiction and believe that you may be quote unquote a sex addict or compulsively acting out in sexually behaviors that for some reason you seem to be unable to stop those behaviors in spite of promises, in spite of consequences, in spite of people telling you that to stop acting out sexually, those that love you, they're encouraging you and they're your cheerleaders, but no matter what, you seem to keep going back to those old behaviors. And if you go online and do some research, it would have all the hallmarks, of course, of sex addiction. But for me as a coach, when I coach people that are recovering from sex addiction, it doesn't matter if you want to label yourself a sex addict or not. And if you're a drug addict or alcoholic or believe you might be or you're not sure, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter how you want to label yourself. The fact of the matter is, when you act out sexually, it doesn't make you feel good. I mean, during the sexual addictive behaviors or compulsive behaviors, you feel high from that, from the dopamine fix and the risky behavior, and all of that adrenaline kind of makes you feel good. You think it's giving you what you think you need. You think you're getting what your perceived needs might be. You think you're satisfying yourself on some emotional or sexual or physical level. You feel that you're getting nurtured or loved or cared for. But ultimately, after the fact, you feel hopeless and you're in despair. So ultimately, it doesn't give you what you think you need, acting out in your sexually compulsive behaviors. But it doesn't matter if you want to label yourself a sex addict or not. When you act out in those behaviors, it doesn't make you feel good. So there are three things that can, well, indicate that you are compulsively involved in sex or sex addicted. I don't care if you want to label yourself that, but if there is some sort of addictive component going on with your sexuality, there's three consequences that you will experience when you are acting out in your sexually compulsive or addictive behaviors. One of them is unmanageability. Your life is becoming unmanageable. You're going late to work, you're canceling appointments with friends, your partner wants to leave you, you're having multiple affairs, you're going to sex clubs, you're hooking up online, you can't get off the Grindr app, you're having unsafe sex, you're getting STDs, you're always going to the doctor for medicine to get rid of the STD you just got again last weekend. You're making promises to yourself and you're not able to keep them. All of these things, all of these consequences would indicate on some level that your life is unmanageable. And whether you're a sex addict or not, if you're acting out sexually and this is the result, well, it's not making you feel good long term. So therefore, you want to take a look at those behaviors and you want to change. You want to fix your life. You want to change your mindset. That's what I do as a life coach. As a sex addiction recovery life coach, I help you do radical changing to your thinking and your mindset. Your neurology has to change for your life to change. And that's what I provide you. So if your life is unmanageable because you're involved in behaviors you simply can't change or stop, and you're going back to these behaviors for months, years, or decades, since you're a teenager, you've been battling this and you're feeling hopeless, well, all you need is a neurological change. All you need is a change of your neurology, change of your thinking. Your brain needs to change. Once your brain changes and once your thinking changes, your life will change. So another consequence that you need to feel is shame and guilt. Shame and guilt around your sexual behaviors. You're acting out sexually and you have shame about it, you feel guilty about it, and you're carrying those self-loathing feelings. You're having a negative dialogue to yourself, about yourself, within yourself, and you just hate who you're looking at in the mirror, and you have a lot of shame and guilt around your behaviors. Yes, that's an indication, whether you're a sex addict or not, that your sexual behaviors are interfering in your life being peaceful and serene and fully successful. So therefore, whether you're a sex addict or not, these are behaviors you want to eliminate out of your life, and you want to master your thinking. You want to master how you react or respond to triggers and to life stresses and life anxiety. You want to change how you cope. Rather than coping through sexual behaviors or drugs or alcohol, you want to be able to cope in positive, productive ways that make you an example to your family, to your children, to your friends, or just having a life of dignity and integrity and living up to your morals and values. So again, a mindset shift, a neurological mind change must take place, and you will change. And you'll start acting in line with that mindset change. You'll start acting in line with who you really want to be. So we want to change how you respond and react to triggers and stresses and anxiety. And once you do that, you won't be doing things that make you feel shameful or guilty. And the third is if you are holding on to secrets. Yes, if you have secrets, you're acting out in sexual ways you don't want anybody to know because of the shame and guilt, or you're cheating on your partner. So you have secrets. And how do you feel about those secrets? Are you talking down to yourself? Do you hate yourself? Do you feel dirty? You have a lot of negative internal dialogue about those secrets. Secrets you'll swear you're taking to the grave. How you feel about those secrets is another consequence of your sexually addictive or compulsive behaviors. It doesn't matter if you want to label yourself a sex addict. When I coach people who are coming out of sex addiction or sexual compulsive behavior, I don't care if you're labeling yourself an addict. You can, you don't have to. The fact of the matter is, when you act out sexually, these are the consequences, and you want to change. You want to be a new man. You want to be a man of integrity and dignity who is living with morals and values. And my coaching will get you there. But I just want you to understand, if you work with me, I don't care how you want to label yourself. The fact is, when you act out sexually, your life is unmanageable. You carry shame and guilt, and you're walking around with secrets. And I want to help you get rid of all that. And how do I do that? I have some free resources for you, so I'm glad you stuck around. I have a free ebook for you, 5 Phases of Recovery and Transformation from Sex Addiction. Download this free ebook. It's 48 pages. It's an in-depth ebook. It's going to give you so much information, from denial, when you don't think that you have a problem with sex, you kind of know you do, but you're not sure, to where you have a spiritually sound and grounded life, where you're living with integrity and with your morals and values. So these 5 phases are going to get you from denial or struggling to freedom. I also have for you a free 10-step strategy session. This is 30 minutes, 10 in-depth strategies. Treat it like a workshop. I'm going to give you 10 strategies that are going to help you transform and change your life from one that is sex addicted to one where you are a thriving, healthy individual. So we're going to wrap it up now. So happy you spent some time with me today. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, which is every Tuesday. So I hope to see you again next Tuesday. Take care.